Hello, my name is Scott, and in today's video I'm going to be ranking Premier League football teams based on their social media designs. Let's jump into it. Oh, and by the way, I got this idea off of Cesso. He done NFL teams in America. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure you check his out as well. So as you can see on screen here, I've got the top 10 teams from Man City all the way down to Leicester. I think that's how you say it. I'm not too knowledgeable when it comes to football, but I'd like to say I know a thing or two about design. I'm not a master or a professional by any means, but I have studied it a little at school, and I'm going to be doing it at university. Anyway, let's jump into it. So first we have Manchester City, and right, obviously first one that stands out is this one here. This one, you know, the B's for that team. I'm afraid I don't really know the teams, but look, they've got the foreground, the mid-ground, the background. It is sick, and for that alone I want to rank them highly. Other ones here, the same team. Sorry, again, I'm not too knowledgeable when it comes to the names. 3 hours to kick off. It's got a nice shot here. I like the depth they've used, and they've kind of cut it out and they've overlapped it a bit, using some white space to kind of separate them, and using reverse as well here. Nice. And here with the they're using a gradient overlay and making it quite light, and having like goal in the background is another kind of texture. Subs here, the score, I don't know if this is mid-game or after. I like what they've done where it's their faces are all kind of, you know, normal, and then their body's a bit washed out and a bit bright, which draws attention to the faces. Over here, kickoff times, which is actually pretty good for the social media page, is what they've done is they've actually put times that kickoff is for depending on what time zone you're in. And again, some verse text, some text in the back to create texture, and a nice high quality picture of the player. So for that, I am going to put Man City, you know, let's go S tier for now, because can't lie, that was definitely a banger, especially with the B poster as well. That was sick. Now, Liverpool. I've tried to incorporate one of these posters, like, you know, the kind of, if you're a designer on Twitter or something, you make these rather than these ones. These are ones like after game, mid game, and that, but these are ones you really show your skill at. I've tried to incorporate a few of them into each like team, but this one's really well done. I like the kind of pattern here, and it's kind of grungy texture on the edges. Diamonds, I'm not sure what the diamonds represent, but I'm sure they have some sort of meaning. Kind of same expression. You got his name here. First goal is a kind of slant, which kind of directs your eye over to this guy over here, the face. Again, probably parallel with this text over here. It's got kind of a wrapper, kind of plasticky kind of texture at the bottom here, which is really good, and the top. Nice, that complements each other nicely. Kind of shining off the diamond as well. This is nuts. And then we go over to the other one, and it's kind of the scrapbook kind of texture. It's got Nike up there, logo top and bottom, and it's got the kind of ripped paper kind of texture. Basic information, and yeah, clear. Really good. This one though, I'm not sure. It looks pretty basic. Yeah, it's just a photo with some text. It is clear, but I just feel like with this one they could have been a bit more creative or something. This one here as well, again a bit bland, but this one here on the far left, again I like how they've done the ripped paper kind of look. Thursday 7:45 p.m. Anfield. This is really well done, and I rate this one as well. For that, I don't think it's as good as Man City, but I'm definitely going to put Liverpool up at A tier. Right, next, Chelsea. Now this is nuts. If I just look at this, I'll put it up on the screen now, but look at this. This is just nuts. This is insane. This poster. It's got the players, they're all clear. This guy with depth with the text and everything. Oh my god, is that Silva? I don't know the players too well. Got some basic information up there. And what I like about these is that they leave most of the details to the text part of the tweet, and then this is really where they show the graphics with like basic information. But then looking at the others, this one clear, pretty clean. They got the player here, 3 different shots, some lightning bolts, happy birthday, and some kind of texture in the background. I love these as well. They're so clean how they've kind of, you can see quite clearly, and then it kind of fades off. Just great shots and great everything really. This one I don't like as much. It's not that clear. The photo's not being edited as much as like these ones. These ones are like the clarity's up and everything. This one seems a bit more raw, but I do like how they've got the kind of text coming out at you. So at like the sides here, how it's kind of coming forward and creates like perspective. This one here, I like how they've kind of cropped it in, framed it, full time, pretty basic, but again, some texture, just to stop making it be like so bland. And simply because of this one really, and a few others, I'm putting this Chelsea up to S tier. And what you'll find with Premier League clubs actually is that they all have pretty well social media designers, because when Cecil done the NFL teams, some of them were not great, and but these Premier League ones, the quality is high and the standard is very high as well. Where are we on now? West Ham. Now West Ham, I see what I'm saying, I tried to get one of these posters in. This is sickly done. I love all the glows and stuff. I love the texture at the back, the kind of grass almost texture up here, how it kind of bleeds off. Again, reverse text, kind of shining off of the, it's as if it's like texturized the page. It's like glossy almost, I think that's what it's called. How it's like shining off in bits. I love the smoke. Again, the kind of cutout as well, it's really well done. And they've got some bleeding off the page here as well. This one, pretty basic, but I like the background here. They put a, what is it, a gradient overlay, I think it's called. And kind of used it as texture in the background. You got your player here, some text, and shape, and it's really well done as well. This one, simple, again, pretty much the same stuff. This one, pretty much just a photo they've taken and slapped a bit of text and some shape on there, pretty basic. And then this one, again, quite basic as well. And for that, I'm gonna put West Ham at a B. Nothing insane, but still very well done as well. Alright, Man United. Try not to be biased. This is my favourite, you know, if I was to support a Premier League team, it would be Man United. Not like I watch much football anyway. But here you've got stats, 91 circled. I like that, emphasises it. You got some textured text in the background, some more texture around the sides, but what looks like paint splatter. Arrows. Got the photo here, it's quite noisy and grainy. I really like that, how it's like simplistic and it, like, you know, it gives you all the information. Happy birthday Cristiano Ronaldo. Pretty simple, bits of glow all around, but nice and noisy, grungy, texture as well. De Gea, player of the month. I really like this one. It's really simplistic. Premier League player of the month. I really like that text, what they've done there, how it's like in the rectangle style, but it's like, you know, it's not boring. It's really you know, your eye follows it, but it's still like interesting. I like, yeah, it's like the texture around the sides is really well done as well. Full time, I like how they've got it kind of as if it's rolling down, and then it's textures, you know, particles, bit noisy and grungy as well. And this subs one is pretty basic, but you know, gets the job done. Again, with the kind of rolling down of it creates movement with the text. And for this, nothing insane. I'm gonna put Man United also in B. Moving on to Arsenal. Right, Arsenal done pretty good job here. This one pretty simple, you know, information like stats of the game. Up here, I like how it's got the kind of ripped paper again. I'm a big fan of that. I must do some of that in my own work. and then it's got some text here, information, and it's got like stadium and fans, and it's almost black and white, but it's more old-fashioned kind of film, like brownie, like kind of orangey kind of colors. And here white, using white, the words white as texture. Sub, this one I was a bit disappointed. It's got the texture on the left, but it doesn't really tell you much, and it's pretty bland. And this one, I don't know, it's got the bleeding, but again, not that big a fan of basically the font and the layout. And for that, I'm gonna give Arsenal, wait, let's have another look, just 1 second. I'm afraid I'm going to give them a C. Moving on to Tottenham now. What I really liked about Tottenham is how unique they kind of use the airport times to tell you the time zone that their game is in, with London being in green to show you, it's being held in this time zone at 8 o'clock. And then if we go up, again, pretty basic. It's got the players playing, what's it called? The lineup, I think that's what it's called. And then it's got man of the match, Harry Kane again. Most of these are just pictures with a kind of color on the outside. Then it's got just text and logos on the top. Like this one, pretty simple. Subbed them on. There was a few of these in the post. There was like 4 of these actually. Looked quite good and complemented each other, and it was like consistent. And then again, this one, pretty basic designs. So for that, I'm actually going to be giving Tottenham still clean, so I'm going to be giving them a B. Moving on to Wolves. Wolves was sick, I love the neon out on the outside here, and it kind of goes behind, it like fades behind this guy's arm here. And down the side here, like the strength weakens to make up for this text here, to create more dominance with the text. I love the 3D logo here as well. It creates lots of depth here with the reverse text, and then you get the player and then the logo, and then it kind of leads you up here. Really good poster here with the grunge on the outside as well. It's really good. I love this one. The hand creates foreground, and then leads you to the guy's face. It's got like X texture in the back. It's got some, hold up. It's got his next up. It's like, this is the goalkeeper. I think this is an upcoming game or something. And then over here, you've got full time 1-0 Norwich. I don't know if they've done that, to be honest. And I love this one. It's like a Polaroid photo, very unique. It's got like, no, that can't be the right date. And then it's got the player, and then score winner versus Man United. Very unique. And for that, I'm going to give Wolves, I'm going to give them a B. Moving on to Brighton. Now, this was sick. I love text. That's kind of, it's like not the stroke, but it's like, I guess it is a stroke, yeah. And like the middle is like gone. I love the number here, and it's like complementing each other, and it's like almost like pointing to this guy who leads us down, and it's like, it's really well thought out, the composition here, how your eye kind of sees contrast, kind of goes down and follows through. I love it. The shadows look good, the texture in the back looks sick. Moving on here, these what do you want to call them, images. These images, they're really consistent with the kind of top, the bottom, the colors, the font they use. They've done a good job to stay consistent with this. And this is another one that's quite unique. Is this touches of the ball or something, or I'm not sure, but it could be like how hard they've worked, their heart rate, I don't know, but it looks pretty sick. But for this, I'm gonna give Brighton also a B. And finally, Leicester, the Derby Day. I don't know, that might be a reference or something, not sure. Again, they've got the time zones here, pretty standard. They went for quite a lot of landscape ones, which isn't really, from the other ones, wasn't really a popular choice. I don't know, it doesn't look that interesting. It just looks like you've thrown a lot of, there's a lot of information, which is good, but that can also be a negative, because too much information can be overwhelming, and it just doesn't really, your eye doesn't really flow anywhere. Obviously, you know, the white kind of contrasts and you kind of go to the white, but with other ones, I don't know, it just, this one looks a bit bland to me. This one, again, 2 photos, pretty simple. Text, they have used some paint texture here, and then this is the lineup again. I love how they've made the player dominant, and then they've got some arrows and texture in the background. Again, pretty simple, got hashtags, some lines, and for that I'm only going to be given Leicester, easy. So concluding the video, nobody's designs were like bad, nobody got an F, but there was definitely some better than others. I will remind you, I am not a professional designer, this is just my opinion. I'm nowhere near any of these. All of these are still better than my designs, but leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and tell me your rankings, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.